I said hello. I said hello. 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 We got to keep doing that to make sure that we're actually in cahoots. Anyway, welcome to Talking Thrash, y'all. It is Monday. I am a man of my word, universal cat, partially healed, kind of saved. I love you and I love your mama. I wanted to come on here Monday and give some insight because I was losing some information or some inspiration, and my friend said, talk about the past, honey, the past. What did you learn? What did I learn about the former dynamic of marriage versus what am I learning now about the new loving endeavor that I'm in? Okay, before I say this, I want to read a statement to make sure that I'm good to go. Because of the feelings of others or the perception of me toward others and what they were told, I held back on this subject. I am not holding back anymore. I need to get this off of my chest, okay? Let me just start out by saying that I am not here to blast anyone for their experience that they have experienced. I've also had my experience. I experienced what I experienced. I know what I know, just like they do. So the dynamic changing for me, why is it different? I know I got paper because I want to get my thoughts out. First of all, thank you for joining Talking Thrash. Um, why the dynamic of marriage, what the dynamic of marriage taught me. First of all, being honest about what you find and attractive, what you like about the person that you with. Being honest about that. Just because they like you and y'all both like sitting on the couch or they're attractive is not enough. You got to find that common thing that will draw y'all together and be honest about the things that that draw you to a person. So like if you like, if you're a guy that likes more guys on the femme side, we're talking to the gays right now. Be honest about that. If you like a person that is a little more nurturing on the side, be honest about that. If you like somebody that likes to take the lead, be honest about that. If you like somebody that is thoughtful, be honest about that. You can't always train people to think the way you want them to think because of like, well, if I lead by example, sometimes they're just blind to it. So you have to be honest about what you see. Be honest about that. I know I give y'all guys some crap on the type thing. We really big on like, you're not my type in the gay community. Y'all ain't even got a type. But if you do have a type, it's good to know what you actually may or may not like within a person or the things that you have learned in the past that you did like and now you don't, or you like them differently. Narrowing down specifics that you are actually drawn to in a person is important. And so in the past, the previous dynamic didn't always allow me to say, hey, I actually like this about you, or I like the way you dress, or maybe you could dress, a little more sexier. I think now I have the vocal ability to be like, hey, yo, I like you wearing these jeans. This shirt you wearing, I like that. And they do the same for me. So I think the difference is that the past, I didn't always have the space to really tap into what I like because I was so used to liking people because they liked me. I was so used to like going on a date because somebody said, I think you're cute, whether I thought they were cute or not. And I think that's the difference. Like I'm not in that space anymore where I feel like I have to do something just because they want me. You know what I mean? Like, want me over there, bro. Like I ain't gotta want you. I want to say also be vulnerable. In areas that you keep silent, stay vulnerable. If somebody says I love you, say I love you back, even if it feels weird. All the communication at 100% at the top is vulnerability. So if just being vulnerable, being wrong in love, being able to really like be wrong about the way you communicate. Well, that's not what you said. Oh, okay. Well, I meant to say this. Well, you didn't say that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't communicate specifics so that I am not giving false or misleading information, which can be drawn to a negative conclusion. Be vulnerable, like just say the thing. Over the weekend, my significant other and I were at an event, and I was saying I was going to text somebody and I didn't, or I was going to post it, and it just caused some confusion because I was like, I'm going to put it this way, but I didn't. And not that they were like saying like, well, you lied to me, but more so like you just weren't clear about what you were doing. So it's clarity, communication at the front. We're not hiding communication. We are not having hiding any communication. Like, I have no room to be like, well, I'm just a little well, you know what? Be nervous with somebody else. Well, I'm just a little at this stage of the game, after all the things that we've been through, all the hurt we've been through, we should be able to be 100% communicative with the person we're with. I don't have room for people to hold. The last dynamic, I fought for teeth and nail just for communication, just for honesty. And some capacities they were able to give it. Most of the time they weren't, which is why I kind of overreacted. Now, everything on the table, bro. Like, we're all communicating. And that is a vulnerable thing that we don't recognize. Communicating effectively is a vulnerable state of mind. What do you mean vulnerable? Because we don't always want to say, hey, my ex hit me up and I told them, hey, how you doing? And they said, I'm doing fine. And then 2 minutes into the conversation, I was like, you know, I got a person, right? That's vulnerability, because that leaves it for your significant other to be like, why you didn't shut that down in minute one? Why you waited 3 minutes later? Just be vulnerable. And being vulnerable means being honest. And we talked about that, men and other people. Boundaries. Like, I should have set the boundary, but I didn't. And I gave myself room to kind of be inquisitive. I'm an inquisitive person. So if an ex hit me up, I'm going to ask questions. I'm not going to block them like, up, your path. I'm like, hey, what's up? How's it going? How can I help you? Now, some people might be like, it's inappropriate for you to even talk to them. I'm an inquisitive person, so I'm gonna ask them questions, and then I'm gonna give you like, hey, you already know what's up. Yeah. So be vulnerable. Be very vulnerable. Get rid of your ego. Listen, that's what I learned. I learned to put that ego in the closet with the Christmas shit. Okay, that's what we put in the ego. I wrote this down. I want to read it. If someone or something doesn't feel loving to another person, then it's not loving. Just because that is the only way you know how to love does not mean it works for everyone. I'm going to say that again. If something doesn't feel loving to someone, chances are it's not loving. Just because that is the one way or the only way or the main way you know how to communicate doesn't mean that it works with everybody else. If something doesn't feel loving to the other person, especially the person you with, take that. Don't wait and be like, well, you do it too. Just be like, hey, this wasn't very loving. The way you said that, I didn't feel loved by that comment. Okay, I'm sorry. And know that in your brain, you're used to doing it a certain way, but then ask, how can I do it better? That's part of being vulnerable. Y'all ain't ready for that. Cause y'all gonna be like, what? I hurt your feelings. What, man? That's how I communicate. Well, you're gonna have to learn how to communicate with and to the person that you're with. This is no longer a mirror, okay? This is a union. And if you're going to stay unified with the person that you're with, you're going to have to learn how to communicate differently. And they're going to have to learn how to communicate with you, what you do and do like. It's not about like making it palatable. It's making it loving. You know, you don't have to necessarily make everything palatable. It has to, if it's in love, it's going to be received loving. If it's not in love, or it's just I'm just giving you crap, I'm just effing with you, that's not always love. People grow up getting picked on all their lives, talking about, I'm just giving you crap. From a significant other, you might just be recreating some trauma that they've dealt with in the past. So you have to understand that that is not a love language. That is not a communication style that works for them. If they say it doesn't feel loving, then it's probably not. Be wrong in love. Figure out another way to show love and be there for that person so that y'all can stay together. Okay? Ha! Ah! And the shenanigans. Learn to save more. I've learned that I am saving for intention with a new dynamic. Because I know that there's things right up front we want to do that we already saving for. Before, we were just saving for, with my previous dynamic, we saved, but it was just saving for the long run. I didn't know what we were going to do. I didn't know what kind of area we wanted to live in. I don't even think I was even heard about what area I wanted to live in. I don't think they even cared about what area I wanted to live in. I'm talking shit now. I just think that they were like, you get older, you save. But that also went part along with, and I'm sorry that I'm being vocal about this because I've held my peace too long. That also went along with the type of person I was with that didn't really always fit my lifestyle. The person that I am pursuing now more so fits my lifestyle. So if there's a short-term or a long-term thing that we want to save for, it's going to be something we both enjoy. It's not going to be like we're saving to buy a house in the, out in the country because that's an idea. But more so like, who want to go on a trip in July? I do. Who want to go to New York in the fall? I do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different dynamic. I have to say this though, before I get off of here. And who is this? I know my hair messed up. May Teraz. How you doing? He says, or they say, I am subbed. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes I get into my content and I forget to say hi to people. Welcome to TalkNThrash. Here's what I'm going to say before I talk my thrash and get off of here. I didn't always feel like in the previous dynamic that I was in that what was important to me or what was hurtful for me mattered, because I felt like they had taken up so much space with what was important and what was held. They take up so much, I ain't gonna say take up space, but there wasn't any space made for me about what was important for me. And so now I'm learning to put what's important for me at the top. Even when I was dating or trying to get to know people or whatever, a lot of the people that you run into, they're not going to really be, you don't know them well enough. They don't love you well enough to be like, I think you're cool, but you don't make enough money. I like you. You're sexy, but I wish you worked out more. I think you're cool to talk to, but you say really offensive shit. They don't know you well enough to tell you that. That's some best friend level. And so a lot of times it's easy for them to just ghost you or lie about, it's not you, it's me, or, whatever their reason is to disband, separating themselves from you. For me, I'm 100% communication. So I am honest about who I like and what I like about them. If there is something about them that I do not like, I'm just not gonna be like, hey, you're a cool person. And maybe that's like oversharing, but I'm going to be honest with myself about the reason, and I'm not gonna hold back. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna do my thing. I'm literally sitting in the parking lot outside of work doing this live because I had to get this off my chest, because there's been so many things said about me from the person I was with about two other people. Other people have been around that have, whatever. I know what I know. I know what I've experienced. Okay. I know what I went through. They know what they experienced. They know what they went through. I'm not taking that away from them, but I'm also done with being silent about what I went through. The dynamic that I had in the marriage that I was in that is soon to be dissolved is totally different from the dynamic that I am pursuing now. Why? Because I am vulnerable. I put my communication to the top. I'm honest about what I like in a person and what part of this person's life fits mine, and I'm not playing any games about that. I don't have time to waste just because you like me. Go and like me over there. I don't care that people are like, oh, you got a chip on your shoulder because you have heard one side of this story. One side, and you didn't care to hear the other one. So I don't give a shit about a chip on my shoulder. Because, baby, if I do got a chip on my shoulder, you better believe it's a box of Pringles. I bet you can't have just one. Anyway, I'm at 15 minutes. I need to get home. I had to get this on my chest, y'all. I'm tired of hiding because we live in a small town where I don't even live there anymore. But I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of like not getting my piece out. I'm tired of people like, man, you need to get over that stuff. Nope, you know what I need to do? I need to talk thrash, and that's what I'm doing. So thank you. And yes, you can get a shout out. MAYRATIJERAS. Thank you for talking thrash with me. Listen, y'all know who I am. Let me put my head on because it's still cold outside. Shout out to Gamify Cat. Man of my word, Universal Cat, partially healed, kind of saved. I love you. I love your mother. I love my mama. I'm not playing with y'all. I've learned that the dynamic that I had in my previous marriage, which is soon to be dissolved, served me no good because I wasn't fully honest about what I wanted and who I was. The dynamic that I'm pursuing now, serves at the top. No, I'm just, it is serving me, and I hope it's serving the other person. All right. I'm going to do more talking thrashes, but I had to get that shimmy out of the way. Thank you. Have a good Monday. Enjoy your life. Be honest. Be vulnerable. Be real about what you like. Stop playing in people's face. Have a good day.